All right, family. Welcome back to another Sunday Fun Day with your boy Dudley Do Right. Here we're on Building for Generations, where we come to you live every Sunday at 8 p.m. to share the good news about what we got going on in the business world to help you get to the next level. Today is August the 29th. So what are you doing to make your dreams reality today? I am here, and it fulfills me deeply to get you to the next level. I am here to help you make your dreams reality. I'll just tell you a little story about myself. Man, I was, just born and raised around people who were just like, man, I'll do all this, and then they never did it. They never acted on anything. They never put any, action, execution towards their dreams. So I'm here to help you guys. Being too cautious is the greatest risk of all. Make your dreams reality today. Time is the number one currency. Time is the number one currency. Use it now. Without commitment, you will never start. More importantly, without consistency, you will never finish. Do more in this life, guys. I cannot urge you guys enough. I am urging you guys to do more in this life. The new focus for today, and I've been beating this over the heads. People have been hitting me up, asking for help for, the SBA grants and loans, and that's what our focus is today. We're going to focus on the SBA 7A program, the application, and kind of go over the checklist really quick. I'm going to keep you guys under 10 minutes so I don't bore you guys. I know I watch YouTube, and I get bored after 9-10 minutes. So I'm going to keep you guys under 10 minutes, but we're going to cover some really good stuff so you guys can be informed. I put the links in the description so you guys can check it out yourself. But if you guys need direct help from our accounting firm, Dudley Accounting Services, we will help you out. Go ahead and click the link in the description or go to our website at dudleyaccountingservices.com and get on our calendar. And we have a free 10 to 15 minute consultation to see what you have, to see if we can serve you. So today we're going to be talking about the SBA 7A program. I had a buddy of mine who's a business owner. He's a general contractor, right? He works on houses and stuff, and he didn't even know about the EIDL either. So I'm talking a little bit about the EIDL for those people who missed it, who didn't get information about the EIDL grant and the loan that they had there. So let's go over that really quickly. The EIDL is just an advancement that we got from the SBA of $10,000. I got $1,000 in my first disbursement, and then they trued it up and gave me the rest of my $9,000. And then they came back with a supplemental targeted advance and gave me an extra $5,000. So total, I have $15,000 as a grant from the SBA through the EIDL program. So if you guys are needing to sign up for that, and they are targeting areas where it's low income areas. I happen to, live in a low income area. So luckily me, I got that $15,000. So if you guys are living in a low income area, you guys want to get access to that money. This $15,000 is for your business operations only, right? So it's used to operate your business, right? It's not used, for other stuff like that. You can get audited, right? So they want to know you're using the funds to the best of your knowledge. So hit me up for that. Hit us up at dudleyaccountingservices.com for the $15,000 just sitting and waiting for a lot of business owners who just didn't, get in their application. So hit me up for that and we'll get you guys going. But let's go ahead and get into the SBA 7A loan application checklist. So this 7A program is for small business owners who need a loan to some funding for their business to keep their business up and running, or they want to buy an existing business, right? So they loan up to $5 million for the 7A program, right? I went to just getting $5 million. I could do stuff for $5 million, but it'll take me a long time to spend that $5 million. So I suggest clients go around the $250,000 range, depending on what projects you guys have. But the 7A program for small business owners who are looking for funding to hire more employees, to build out more software, if they need more software for their business, or if they need to purchase an existing business. If you see an existing business out there, you can go ahead and get the 7A loan. It is a 7-year maturity date, right? So you got 7 years to pay it off at a 2.75 interest rate, guys. 2.75, right? 2.75 interest rate. You got 7 years maturity date. to pay it back. And this is a sweet deal for you guys to go ahead and get some funding for your business. So let's go over the checklist really quick. I'm not going to keep you guys long. The borrows information form is a form 19, and this is basic information like your EIN number, your principles of your organization. So we have that filled out on your 1919 SBA form. And it's a pretty lengthy document. Just kind of go over, your principles, like I said, and just basic information about you and your entity. Then we got the personal background and financial statements, right? This is only required if the lender requests this from us. If the lender doesn't request this from us, depending on what bank you're banking with, sometimes they don't request this. But this is a personal background of yourself and financial statements of yourself, and just to really just show the business owner's eligibility for this loan. Are they people who had loans before, people who have been in business for a while, right? So this is just a snapshot of who you are. And then most importantly, a lot of people, and this is a bulk of why a lot of clients come to us for help at Dudley Accounting Services, and we love doing this, is QuickBooks cleanup and drafting of financial statements, right? So we need our business financial statements. They want a year-end profit and loss statement for the last 3 years, year-end income statement for the last year with the income and expenses netted to net income for the last 3 years. And then they want the year-end balance sheet for the last 3 years, showing your assets and your liabilities and your debt schedule. So if you guys have outstanding debt, they want to see if that's being paid up right before they lend you any money through the 7A program. They want to see if any debt on your balance sheet is being paid up. Then the reconciliation of net worth. So how many assets do you own? If you own multiple businesses, we put that in a nice format for you guys to present your net worth, and then reconcile it to your bank account to make sure that you say, hey, I'm worth $10 million. They want to see if you actually have $10 million in assets or in your bank account, right? And then we have an interim balance sheet. Interim balance sheet is just a snapshot of an interim, like right now, today is August the 29th. I'll pull the balance sheet out of my QuickBooks, and boom, that is the interim balance sheet. An interim profit and loss statement is a snapshot of August 29th of my income and expenses so far to date. Then you got projected financial statements. So we're forecasting after you get the money. So $250,000 we're asking for, just an example, will be presented in a budget, right? So we put it on your financials. This is how the money is going to be spent going forward. So this is our projected financial statements. This is our projected income from the services, right? So we already got, our projected expenses, right? We know what we're going to spend our money on for this loan, right? So now we have to just kind of be like, okay, if we put these, these expenses and buy the software, and then we're going to have this much revenue coming in from doing that, right? So this is your projected financial statements, right? So this includes your month cash flow projections, right? So how much cash flow you're going to have coming in. Then finally, so that's a big item. So that's a big chunk of this application is your business financial statement. So definitely get in touch with us. And then you have your business certificate, your business license, right? Your articles of organization. You guys got a copy of that when you guys filed to be in business, right? From your state. Then you have loan application history. If you have any outstanding loans out there, they want to know if you have a detailed list of those loans and whether they're approved and how much, did you get approved for. And then we have income tax returns, right? These are complete tax returns, right? So income tax returns they want the past 3 years. They want the past 3 years of a complete income tax return. That's your 1040, which is you. 1040 is your personal return, right? That is us. So we're saying 1040 is us. And then we have Schedule C's, which is our business. We're a small business owner, and we have a Schedule C that slaps on our 1040 that shows us income from our 1040. If we have rental property, we have a Schedule E that slaps on our 1040. If we have a corporate S corporation, or if we have a corporation, we have a K1 slapped on our 1040, right? So this is complete income tax returns for the last 3 years that you guys will need for this application. So then we move on to our simple resume, a quick one-page resume of who you are, each principal in your organization, has to have a resume of a snapshot of who they are and the work history that they had, how many years they worked at certain organizations, and their experience. It's pretty simple. Then a business overview and history we want to see in this application, a business overview and history. We want to see what your purpose, mission, and vision is for your organization, and just how long you've been in business, right? So a quick, a paragraph explaining that. And then you have any business leases that you have. So if you have like a salon or a barbershop and you have a lease, you want to see that lease, copy of that lease, and just to see that you're making payments. We can see that you're making payments through your financial statements, through the income statement, right? We see that rent payments are going out to the landlord. Then you have additional documentation on the bottom if you are purchasing an existing business, right? So we have our financial statements and our financial documents, but if we're purchasing an existing business, we need their financial statements and their documents, right? So you guys can read below and also click the link below. I'm not going to bore you with going into the little details of minutia, they call it, of this form. But like I said before, I wanted to keep this short and make sure you guys are going out there and taking advantage of these loans out here. We have, terrific loans out here. Pretty easy to get if you have the right people in your corner to help you get these loans. They're pretty easy to get and pretty doable. So if you guys have any questions for me, you can reach out to me at 708-264-6686. That's 708-264-6686. And you can hit me up at DudleyAccountingServices.com. Go ahead and click the link in the description. I have all my links in the descriptions for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I'm past my 10-minute mark. I hope I kept you guys entertained for today. Remember, this is the week, guys. So go out and do your thing. Do more in this life and be a badass at it. Be limitless. You guys got it. I love you guys and be safe. Peace.